This is an alternative to setting up a business from scratch. It allows the entrepreneur to acquire a proven business model and use its brands and products to open up a new store. An extremely famous franchise model is McDonald's. This allows an entrepreneur to open up a fast food restaurant with all of McDonald's famous branding, store layouts, technology and products to provide them with guaranteed custom in comparison to setting up an independent fast food restaurant from scratch. At this point, I would recommend you to all watch The Founder, which is a film based on the story of how Ray Kroc turned McDonald's into one of the world's biggest franchises. It's a great watch for anyone interested in business. Now, there are two key stakeholders in a franchise: the franchisee and the franchisor. The franchisee is a person who purchases the rights to the franchise from the franchisor. The franchisor is a person or company that owns the trademarks and business model and receives payments from the franchisee. Now, there are a number of key advantages to running a franchise. Firstly, the owner gets a proven business system and training from the franchisor on how to use it, which minimises the problems faced by most business startups. Also, the franchisee benefits from economics of scale when purchasing materials and supplies, as well as advertising and negotiations for store locations. This is in comparison to a sole trader who would have to negotiate on their own, which would typically see them pay more or get less favourable terms. However, as you'd imagine, in return for the use of a trademark and ongoing support from the franchisor, the franchisee has to pay an initial fee and ongoing royalties to the franchisor. This can be quite costly. A franchise also has a few more key disadvantages to consider, such as the restrictions and often monitoring of business performance on the franchisee by the franchisor, whilst any alterations or improvement the franchisee wants to make to the business may get rejected by the franchisor as it doesn't suit the business's typical or traditional model. This can really frustrate the entrepreneur who purchased a franchise, as they don't have the freedom and flexibility that the typical business owner would have.